military action if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians. Now, this has sparked a lot of reactions from the part of the federal government. It has said that the killings in parts of the north is not a religious one, which, of course, has opposing views and opinions. Well, this morning on the show, we will be speaking with the man who had been very vocal about this, and I dare say the man who was in the forefront of making sure that the international community begins to look into these issues. There's several videos, not just one, of this man on social media. One of the one that really caught people was the killings that happened in Jos Plateau sometime in October, where about, I think, 13 people, I can't remember the exact number, lost their lives. And it was a mass burial. And there was a video of him standing in the grave conducting this mass burial, where he was calling out the Nigerian government and then calling for help and calling on the US president, calling on the UN and every other person to come to the aid of Christians in the country. There was also another video of him at a mass burial site where we had about 500 people who had lost their lives, Christians, and that was the burial site for all of them with their names inscribed and written on the wall. Well, please, let's make welcome Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo. Sir, thank you for joining us and good morning to you.
Thank you. My name is Ezekiel Dachomo. I'm the Chairman Regional Church Council of Church of Christ in Nation.
You're welcome, sir.
Here in Barkilade Rock, where the heat of crisis is taking place on daily basis. It's only this morning we are waiting for report whether they have attacked another village again. But the day of before yesterday we make the burial. The Atakwi village.
Hold on, Reverend, hold on, please. You said something important I would like to clarify. You said there was killings again yesterday?
Again, in 3 different places. In Kwi village, they killed 7 people the day before yesterday. And also in Basa, Chawe area, 5 people were butchered to death. And also Marabampushi in Plateau Central, Mangu, they killed about 3 people. But still, they are still searching for the rest, whether they'll find corpses in the bush. Then it may add to the death that has already been seen, the corpses that have been seen. As I'm telling you, the truth is that we have been passing through this man from 2001 up till date. Government comes, government goes, and nothing is being done. We have been crying out, trying out, but this time around the thing went worse. Even 2010, as I'm talking, Dogonara, 501 people were butchered to death. I happened to be there to see it. We are tired gathering corpses, even from down the stream, across the stream, that were killed. Machinery were brought from far north, Bauchi, Gombe, Kaduna, where Muslims are dominating, the Zaria and other places. From Sokoto, they were brought and come in the bush around Bauchi boundaries. And from there, they invaded the village of Birom land. And it was a dark day for us. Now that I'm talking, people don't know what is happening. Our women have been dominated. They rape them. They kill them. If they are very stubborn to resist raping, they kill them. Normally, when we cry, nobody responds until we went into silence. If you just kill, you cry, and you bury it, yeah, you are a victim, and that is all. Life will continue. They will kill again, you bury. What is happening? Oh, I don't want to say it, but I have to say it. Truly, come and see, even in the hospital, go to my Facebook. The Fulani terrorists went into the hospital. There are Muslim women there. Fulani women were on admission, but they went straight to Christian girls that were taking care of their beloved one.
Which hospital? Which hospital was this, and when did this happen? Which hospital?
Just last week, at hospital at Were, that is towards Doroa, on the way to Mangu in Barkiladi local government. So that is the hospital. If you go to my Facebook, I was in the hospital. I interviewed the people. I spoke to them. I went to their houses. I paid the bill. They picked those girls and took them to the nearby rocks and raped them and released them around 3 a.m. So what are we supposed to do in a time like this? When I came to visit one of the person that was butchered, so that to see how we take care of the bill, then hear a news in the hospital that directed me to 2 girls that were on admission, that they kidnapped them in the night, they took them to the bush, they came with their AK-47, their weapons, they threatened they would slaughter them, they raped them, the whole hospital was under tense. And after they released them, if you go to my Facebook, you will see facts found in there. And this is what we are after. This thing just happened last week.
What is the Plateau State government? What are they saying about this? Don't we have security operatives present in these communities or villages where these attacks happen?
There are securities.
So what do they do?
But they are waiting for order. When we meet them, they say they are waiting for order to go. That's a normal thing everywhere. Your house is burning, you run and call security, they will say, until they receive order. You'll be left at the mercy of God.
There was a video.
This is what we are passing through.
There was a video of you seated in the church that was burnt, holding service.
Yes.
What happened there?
That church is Hurum Village. Hurum Village is made up of over 285 members. It was a Christmas Eve. It's not only in Hurum Village. Darwad Village. Darwad Village was lucky that his church was not burned. But they killed people and burned houses. And Mayanga, in Bokos local government, the same thing. Go down to the interior whereby women and children run in the night and hid in the cave of a rock. The Fulani went there and butchered them as children were crying. They detected through the cry of the children. They used their sword. They didn't waste their bullets. They followed them one after the other. Come and see how they butchered them. Some they removed heads, some they removed. Pregnant women were struck. Come and see first to outside. Nobody to go there and take the video. They block. And when we want to go there, the military, the security blocks us not to go. So they gathered them in that cave and they buried them. That church, they burned it, they came, that was the Christmas Eve of 2023. When they came, people were planning celebration. Some were frying meat, some were cooking soup, some were about to start cooking their own just in the evening around 7, the Christmas Eve. And that village of Furum is under my leadership. Then suddenly, not knowing that the Fulani terrorists have surrounded all the area. And who are they? They are Muslims, Muslim terrorists. Because you cannot separate Fulani and say it's a tribal thing. It's not a tribal thing.
Which
it's
is
a religious thing.
Which is the question I'm coming to.
When they enter the village, the next thing that the people will hear, some were plaiting their hair, some were bathing, that they are bathing their hair, and some were trying to put one thing on in arrangement towards Christmas Day, the following day. Suddenly, they heard, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, and next thing, sporadic shooting. All over the village, people were confused, running helter skelter. Where will they hide? Because they know they have an opening. God opened an escape for them. The youth were just removing women and children from the house. My brother, throughout the night, these people were burning villages, looting, taking away their crops. They even brought a bus that takes away all the property. They came the other day. So when I heard, they called me in the night. There is no how I will go out. In the morning when people come for Christmas celebration, I ordered the members, there is no service for Christmas today. That was the 25th of December 2023. So I say, everybody that has a car, this is come up, we should give me his car. I fuel all the cars. Even people that the block industries are using, we have to hire all the trucks. We move into those villages, come and see children running in the night. Tired, helpless. We have to be packing them, even including my car. Packing small children, evacuating them from that area. And we succeeded in removing people from that area, men and women that were able to escape.
Reverend, it's a very gory scene you're describing. However, I would like you to tell us this. There are those that have come up with the arguments first that, Muslims also die. They also kill Muslims. They shouldn't say that it's not a Christian genocide thing. Then there are also others that say, how do we arrive at knowing that these people that are doing this are Fulani herdsmen? I would like you to tell us these settlements that have been attacked. How do they identify? Do we have specific settlements that are only Christians living, or just clarify this for us, for those who have diverse opinions?
Okay, that settlement is only Christians that are living there. And in order to towards the rocks, if you can come, I can take you to see the terrain. It's the Fulani that are staying there. When they are chanting, they are speaking their dialect. They will say this one, enter that house in their dialect. Our people knows them. And the survivors are still around. And when they are saying Muslims are also killed, let us go further. Killed by who? By Muslims. And do you know why the Muslims are killing them? They first kill Christians from the far north. Rural villages in Sokoto, rural villages in Katsina, in Kebbi, rural villages in Zamfara. Let me tell you, go down to Borno, all the local government, rural villages, the Christians were martyred. Those that were able to escape, they came to this place. So now the machinery, the monster that they created, now there's no more Christians. The first priority is the Christians. Then when hunger begin to torture them, what will they do? The issue of denomination, the Shia, the Delika, the Izala, and almost 70 to 80% of the insurgents, they are the Izala. So any mosque that they see that does not belong to their own base, they enter and torture.
Okay.
They are Arnas.
Let's understand that. So within them, they have a sect that they believe is not loyal to the ideology. And if you are a Muslim that fall into that category and you're not loyal to the ideology, they kill you as well?
They kill. How about they kill? I've been Zamfara, I've been in places. I sympathize with Muslims. I cry out. There was a time I was in Sokoto, in Zamfara. I was doing a revival there. Then in Matawale village, the present Minister of Defense, Junior, that is his village. Come and see how they massacre the houses. The Fulani, if they met a Hausa person, community, they kill them like no tomorrow. The monster that they created is now eating them up.
All right, Reverend, at this point, we'll plead with you.
By Muslims, not Christians. We have never. If you see Muslims are crying that they are killed, maybe they receive casualties when invading Christian domain.
Okay. All right. All right, Reverend. Just hold your thoughts, please.
We have gone to them and attacked them.
Let's take a very short break. We'll take a very short commercial. Please stay on the line. After the commercial, we'll come back and continue. Please stay with us. Commercial now.
93 Nigeria Info.
All right, the conversation continues here on the Morning Crossfire. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. My guest, Reverend Ezekiel Dachomo, is still with us this morning. Sir, thank you for staying on the line for us.
Okay.
All right, you're welcome. Before we go on, those of us who are listening, we are live on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. We are also live on YouTube, Nigeria Info PH. So you can watch and listen to us on any of those platforms, or you download our app on your Google Play Store or your iOS Store, Nigeria Info app, and you can listen to us online as well. Send in your questions and thoughts to the WhatsApp number 0809-030-6416. We'll also be opening the phone lines shortly to give you opportunities to make your contributions and ask your questions so my guest can give us more clarity into the situation in Plateau State and other parts of the north. Now, quickly, Reverend, let's come back to you. You were telling us about responding to questions about Muslims also being killed. Now, there are some people I've met that also encountered this or had this experience, and they say some of the Muslims that lost their lives in the process are those that perhaps want to hide Christians or are supporting Christians or trying to defend Christians. Is this the case?
Those people, they are guilty now. They invited insurgents from the Niger Republic, China, and
Chad,
Niger Republic, Burkina Faso, and other places, the neighboring Chad. Also, they brought them into and they groomed them, they trained them. Some of them were sent to Lebanon to go to be trained. Some of them were sent to Iran to be trained. And they came back. What are they going to do? Their target is the Christians. That's the primary target. And who is a Christian? Who was ruling the nation by then? It was Jonathan. Goodluck Jonathan. So how will they remove Jonathan from the seat? So they have to use the issue of insurgents. And they succeeded in removing Jonathan by killing Christians in the north, far north. And they relocated, those that escaped, they relocated to the Middle Belt. Now, the insurgents have no prey no blood to suck again of Christians. That is why they embarked on killing their fellow Christians, their fellow Muslims. They started killing. If you see them, they are saying that Christians are also being, Muslims are also being killed. By who? By Muslims. And they don't want to mention that in place. They know it's not the Christians that are killing the Muslims. It is the Muslim terrorists that they have grown, that they have grown. The lion has grown up. It's eating up. It is God that came down. Let me tell you the issue of Trump that you mentioned. Trump came, and I was analyzing the intervention of Trump. It is God that laid in me that I should cry out for Alpha help. If not, we Christians, we are in trouble. And we are the gateway to the south. And they are enforcing Islam on the nation. If we don't cry out now for help, because many Christians have lost their saltiness. They are marching on them according to what the Bible says. If you lost your saltiness, you'll be thrown away and you'll be marched on. Many Christians have stole their birthright. Jesus said we are the salt of the world. And a soul of the world, we must go into the world of politics. Tell them the truth when they are messing up. Tell them the truth to secure everybody, including the Muslims. Let me tell you, if they are talking about genocide, politically, Christians are under genocide. Who is the president? Muslim. Who is the vice president? Muslim. Where is the place of the Christian in Asoro? genocide has taken place in the political arena. A Christian has no mouth to talk. If this nation wants me to give them undiluted truth, I have those years that I will release. I'm not a small person. For 62 years, getting into 65 years. One thing that I know, I will not keep on saying the truth. Tom responded. That was my prayer. Why? It's in line with Exodus chapter 3 verse 7. Even God himself, I have consigned for my people in Egypt. Because the children of Israel were under severe terror of labor, affliction. Then God decided he had their cry. We Christians in Nigeria will refuse to cry. How will God hear us? God said, I've heard the cry of my people. I'm showing concern for my people. In fact, if Trump has decided to say Nigeria has become a concern for him, let both the Muslim and the Christian that are under affliction, as they say, let us jubilate. Because if they come, it's not only the Christian.
Okay.
They will say from that terrorist. The Muslims too will enjoy it.
All right, Reverend. Before we go and take questions, there's one more thing I would like you to clarify. You highlighted the political arena. You talked about how the people, the extremists now, the terrorist groups, Islamic terrorist groups that are perpetrating this evil act, even on fellow Muslims, but you, according to your narrative, primarily on Christians, were trained and recruited. There's been the conversation that Ali Modu Sheriff is one of the persons who birthed the Boko Haram. Femi Falana, renowned human rights lawyer, has talked about it among several other people. He recently came out to say he has no links with the Boko Haram. From your narrative in a political perspective, do you have an idea of how this all started and who possibly you think would have been behind it, as you likened it to what became a tool to dismantle the Jonathan administration?
Let me tell you, it was low. I don't talk about the death. Buhari has a hand in it. There was a time it was all over the press. Buhari came on and said they are killing Muslims during Goodluck Jonathan. And since from that day, the hands of the federal government become weak. He was not saying they are killing terrorists, but he ended up saying they are killing Muslims before he became the president. And it was all over. Now, even during campaign, they challenge him. He believed that those people terrorists that they are raising, they belong to Muslims. So if you are touching them, you are in trouble. Take example, Brute was there. I cry out to Brute, he didn't listen to me. My people are being killed in Plateau, Southern Kaduna, Benue. Even Nasarawa Christians are being killed silently. We know they don't want to talk. The Muslims that was raised, they know it. It's all over. All you statesmen, you know it. I don't need to mention. You know how they started this. And I was crying in Kaduna when the things get out of his control. They were busy compensating them to stop. Because Buhari is on the seat, they have succeeded. It's a movement of jihad to take over Nigeria. We should stop being innocent. It's a movement of Islamic jihad. Why did they brought a sheriff to become this man that is vice president of Nigeria? Shetima. They are best of the first traders. Already promise has been left for the terrorists that we are going to take over Nigeria. We will deal with Muslims. Whether South Side wants it or not, one day, what we are facing in the Middle Belt will come to their doorstep.
All right.
Since we are stop crying out, the South, the Southeast refuse to raise their mouth and cry out. Oh no. We in Middle Belt will not stop crying out to the world.
Let's take a few calls, and then we'll come out and maybe we'll come back and conclude with your response to what CAN and other Christian associations have been doing, because you just raised something very important, which is the contribution of the South and Southeast in trying to be vocal about what's happening in the Middle Belt and parts of the North. But let's take a few questions first from our caller, and then we'll come back to that and wrap up with that one. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0007. This one says, good morning. I've listened to the speaker with keen interest and I absolutely agree with all he has said, because the battle is very clear. This is a battle, a religious battle, to conquer in every area. Ezenye Chima from Amerilu. This one says, our leaders seem to be handling serious issues affecting the people with kids' gloves, which isn't particular to only the killings of Christians in the North, but also how the leadership strategize, how the strategies of politicians affect the people that they are leading. Ibims sent in this one. I commend the U.S. government for declaring Nigeria a country of concern regarding killings of Christians, but said that it took them decades to come to this consideration. Mr. Andrew, let's assume without conceding that they are killing both Christians and Muslims. Are they all not human beings? So why would anyone stand against Trump sending troops to come and wipe out these monsters? Hence, the president cannot secure us. Why not allow the U.S. president do it? Unless there's something sinister they're hiding from us. Uche Wanchuku, that came in from you. All right, tell us your name and tell us where you're calling from. Good morning. Truth must be told, 90% of those killed in the North are Christians. Yes, a few Muslims also have been attacked. Nigerian government should allow U.S. government come in and help. If not, we may see more killings. Skillful Piro sent in this one from Echie. This one says, God bless you guys. Okay, thank you. The worst thing that has happened to us in the world is... Okay. Let's go to Muriel in Okrika. Hello, Muriel. Good morning.
Hi, Jenny. Good morning.
Yes, quickly, please. Go on.
Yeah, Jenny. You know, there is one thing about we Christians. We preach where most of us are hypocrites. We're always scared. And yet we say we believe in God. We will sit down and watch Christians being slaughtered in the open. You know, and they will say you have said something about the Prophet Muhammad. You have blasphemed. They will massacre a Christian in the open market, and they will say you have blasphemed against Islam. Somebody will tell you that you will go to a place where Christians reside majorly, even though there are one or two Muslims around. But majorly where Christians reside, that's where you go continuously hit, and you say it's not a genocide against Christians. What hypocrisy! Now the people that are saying a fight against Boko Haram is a fight against Muslims, let them go and tell Donald Trump that one. That's what I'm saying. Where is Gumi? Let him talk. Let him sit down. I want to hail the president. Look, I've always loved Donald Trump. I love him. You know what he said? He said he's going to be fast and very strict. I love him. Let him go ahead. Those people that are saying that is Thank you.
All right, Muriel, thank you very much for your contribution. Another message here says, is this for real? What is the Plateau State government doing about it? Waiting for order. Now, wow. This message here says the killings is more real. In fact, we have lost counts of the killings and destructions of churches, from Chibok to Dapchi, from Leshaibu to repeated massive massacres in Benue State, the Kaduna reports and others, too numerous to mention. The US president is very correct about what's happening in Nigeria. Savior in LMA, good morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother.
All right, Savior, go on.
I want to completely agree with your guest. Now, your guest made mention of something about those of us in the South are keeping quiet. That very soon it will get to us. I agree with her with 100%. In fact, they have already gotten to us. We have been hearing on the news, I think some times ago, that they have entered Enugu. Some people have been slaughtered in Enugu. Christians have been slaughtered in Enugu. Christians have been slaughtered in Ebonyi State. Christians have been slaughtered in Ondo State, Kwara State. So they have already entered, and of the truth I tell you, they have already surrounded us, even as we speak, in this river state, in this part of the country, they have surrounded us. They are only waiting for an order. And another thing is, when they say they are killing a Muslim, the Muslims, they have two sects. They have those that are born again. I don't know what they call them. They have the born again and the secular Muslim. They born again and the people that are placed in this jihad and they do all this violence, maybe Sharia and others. Then the secular Muslims are that time that are practiced in Yoruba land, where they see Christians as brothers, as people that are also worshiping the same God with them. But the born again Muslims do not see Christians as people that are worshiping the same God with them. Even the secular Muslims, they don't see them as people that are worshiping the same God with them. So that is when they say they are killing Muslims, it is the secular Muslims that
are killing.
All right,
thank you very much. Quickly, good news, and then we'll go to gospel. That'll be it. Good news, quickly, please, from Port Harcourt.
Greetings, my brother, man.
Yes.
I don't know why the government is afraid. It is in our clear eyes that these things are happening. They used to have intelligence reports who also want to protest. When the citizens cry for hunger, they have intelligence reports. They send the security men. But when the killings is becoming unbecoming, they look aside. It was reported even in your studio. In Plateau State, the community stood against them heavily, came together and said, enough is enough. That was when the military came and said that they want peace. When the community has grounded the boys, they even went ahead to start to look for those people that attacked the terrorists that came to kill them in their communities. It was in your news. What else do you want again? Do they think we are fools? You are the president, you are the military, you are meant to protecting the Nigerian citizens. Today, the president has changed security agencies. Not because of the incapability of securing the country, but because of alleged coup plots. That's how we go today.
All right, good news. Unfortunately, thank you. We have to move on to God's power. We're running out of time. We need to wrap up with my guest. God's power and Rumudara, good morning. Let's hear you quickly, please.
Hey. Andrew, good morning. I am God's power.
Go on.
Andrew, I listened to your case, and to some extent, you agree that both Christian and Muslims have been killed. In as much as we are not happy with the killings in the north. And we should know that the people that are killing these people are extremists. The moment you don't align with their ideas, they will kill you. The same thing that's happening in the southeast. We have terrorists everywhere. So we should understand that our God we are serving is the God of the Muslims and God of the Christians. And finally, Andrew, the remark of the Donald Trump on Nigeria is very insightful. We are a sovereign state.
All right, God's power. Unfortunately, time will not allow us. We'll get your point there quickly. We'll go back to my guest, Reverend. In 2 minutes, if you can, in 2 minutes, please. What level of advocacy or support have you gotten from CAN and other Christian organizations from the south, from the southeast, or even right there in the north? Hello, Reverend. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello, I think I don't know if you can hear me, Reverend. Hello, Reverend, are you still there? Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay, we're already out of time. I took a while. I guess it was the network. Okay, can you in 1 minute tell us how much support are you getting from CAN, from the south, southeast, or even right there in the north, and other Christian bodies?
No single support from the CAN, but individuals from Yoruba land. I thank God. They are supporting us, and we have reached almost 7 million. I have dedicated it to the church, and I showed them. They saw every contribution, and it's in the church account. And we thank God, people from the east too, individuals, somebody will send 10,000, 20,000, and people from diaspora sometimes they will send 500,000 in order 200,000. And that makes over 7 million. And we give God the glory, and that money we have started using it. We have paid the bill of those that are wounded in the hospital, and we have visited a woman that their husband were killed. And I'm still with this fresh feeling. We still go and visit the families of the bereaved that have lost their destiny. If there are some that are in the hospital, we still use it to go and settle their bills. And we did everything transparently. There's a committee that is handling that. And I thank God that God is hearing our cry. On the issue that you made, there is no problem. We just have to say, this is this. They can't make a mistake by saying that there is no genocide. And they didn't go into fact-finding. So we have been crying all these years. They were busy scrambling, looking for position, dealing with the government.
All right, Reverend.
Saying the tune of what the government needs.
Unfortunately, time will not allow us. We hope that we can have you on the show another time. We'll continue to keep track with what's happening in Benue and other parts of the north and speak with you from time to time. Once again, thank you for making our time to be with us on the show today.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, have a great day. My name is Ifiemi Andrew, and that's how we wrap things up on the Morning Crossfire today. Good morning.
Views and opinions shared on